Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Happy Hump Day for some of you guys that today would be, well, today was your Hump Day, but not for me. Tomorrow's my Friday, so kind of excited. Some really cool things happen at work, so I am super excited for my new adventure at work. And yeah, I'm not really gonna take the wraps off of that just yet. So some of you guys who follow me on social media, you guys will probably know because I'll probably share it on there. But so we got a bit of news to talk about here. Some really awesome news and a confirmation because it's on the Boost Mobile website. So I'll start with that first. Moto E4 Plus on Boost Mobile. Okay. Now I had an idea that this device was coming to Boost Mobile, but I wasn't actually too sure for the fact that it showed up on Best Buy's website last week and it was available for purchase. I could have actually picked up one from a Best Buy store for $129.99. Problem is, I don't have the funds to do it just yet. But is this a targeted device? Yeah. I've had a great experience with the regular Moto E4 on Boost Mobile, and so why not pick up the Plus version of it and have the Plus version of it. Basically, one of the main reasons I'm going to grab it, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so we're talking about battery for days. Okay, if the experience is anything like the Moto E4 on Boost Mobile, then I should have no problems with it whatsoever. Yes, it's going to be a bigger device. I think it's a 5.5-inch display. And yes, it's going to be a unibody design, so no removable battery from what I think if I read that right earlier. But anyways, yeah, so you guys can be expecting the Moto E4 Plus to be in my hands within the next 3 weeks or so. So someone's probably going to do an unboxing before me, but I am going to do my impressions on it when I have the device. Big topic is that we are now closer than ever for a T-Mobile Sprint merger. Some of you guys are going to like that. Some of you guys aren't. It is subjective. There's not too much details exactly how this is going to pan out. I know all these analytical sites have been talking about what to expect with the merger. And people want to know, is it going to be all T-Mobile? Is it going to be all Sprint? Is it going to be half and half? So here's my assumptions, okay? So these are my assumptions. These aren't facts, but these are my assumptions. Okay, my assumption with the merger is that I feel like they are going to still run them as two separate entities. I think Sprint will be Sprint, T-Mobile will be T-Mobile, and they will go forward. The only thing is that they are under one umbrella. Because there's been so much rumors that Deutsche Telekom was to take the majority in this deal, and SoftBank will take the minority in this deal. And because of that, it seems like what they're trying to do is tag team the industry together. Because yes, T-Mobile's made very, very big strides with their uncarrier move to come out of fourth place and snatch up third place and just go forward with that. They've done great. But have they been superior enough to take down Verizon and AT&T? Whether you guys believe so or not, the truth to the fact is no. Because if they did, they would have been in first place now. And that's a fact right there. So, Sprint falling dead last for numerous reasons why. In a way, I consider this a bailout. This is a bailout for Sprint. This is a good deal for Sprint. This is a good deal for T-Mobile, if you look at it from that point of view. And the reason why is because one benefits the other one. They complement each other. T-Mobile, GSM, Sprint, CDMA, right? So under one umbrella, they have two different markets that they are running with. Underneath those two different markets, they have more markets. So you have Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile. Then on the other side, you have Metro PCS and T-Mobile Prepaid. So it just goes on. The fact that they stated that with this deal, John Ledger will be CEO to run both companies. So it's both T-Mobile and Sprint that he's going to have his hands in. Now, imagine what he's done with T-Mobile so far, right? And their biggest mortal enemy has been Sprint for a while. But now they're going to be on an alliance. So imagine what John Ledger would do for Sprint. That's another thing that is kind of scary. But with all that's going on, when you look at Verizon's got pretty good coverage, right? They cover good in suburban and urban areas and in metro areas. And they also do good in rural areas. And the same goes with AT&T. With T-Mobile and Sprint, that's where they tend to show weakness at, according to the analytics. that they do great in metro areas, suburban areas, and urban areas, but in rural areas they don't do so well. I can attest to Sprint not doing well in rural areas because more people complain about traveling on the freeway, and in open non-city areas is where they normally get weak signal and drop calls. So that I can confirm too. Can I confirm that with T-Mobile? Well, I guess I can, because on the trip from here to San Diego, I barely had coverage by T-Mobile all the way through there. When I got to San Diego, that was a different thing. When I got to a city area, in the outskirts of the city area, then my network started working. But on the freeway, I had 1 bar to no bar. I couldn't broadcast to save my life if I wanted to share my experience. And the same slightly with Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile on that freeway was actually a little good. Wasn't the best, but it was a little good. But when you kind of think about it, compared to someone that has Verizon, it wouldn't hold can't hold a candle to it. Yeah, that's not to down talk T-Mobile and Sprint and say that Verizon is the best, but I mean, Verizon is where it's at for a reason. Now, some things that they say could hurt with this deal, because right now we have low unlimited rates because of Sprint and T-Mobile. And some people believe that that will go away, because then it'll drop from having a 4-way race to a triple threat. And with T-Mobile and Sprint being together in an alliance would make them have an equal size of subscribers to AT&T and Verizon. Now would make them a great threat. Now, some people are like, how would this work? If you're a T-Mobile customer, how would you be able to utilize Sprint? And if you're a Sprint customer, how would you be able to utilize T-Mobile? Well, that has been answered, and the answer has been in front of our eyes for a while now. We just didn't really talk too much about it, and that goes down to another carrier, an MVNO, that has nothing to do with T-Mobile and Sprint, but uses their network, and now uses US Cellular's network, and that is Project Fi. Project Fi has shown that you can use Sprint and T-Mobile's network with their Nexus and Pixel devices that can support being on both networks. And how that works is it seamlessly transfers from one to the other. So if in an area Sprint's network is stronger than T-Mobile's, then your Pixel or Nexus device would link up with that carrier. So it chose the one that was the best in the area, and it alternated between the two, which is why it was hard for people to buy a Project Fi SIM card and just throw it in any old GSM unlocked phone and activate it, because technically it was activating 2 ways. 1 by the SIM card, and 2 by the cellular radios built into the motherboard of the phone. So it was utilizing CDMA and GSM. So we've seen it can be done with the Pixel and Nexus devices. It can be done. Well, not all Nexus devices. Let's say Nexus 6 and up. It can be done. So if it's shown that it can be done with Project Fi, that is how I feel that Sprint and T-Mobile is going to go forward with this. Their devices will probably be Project Fi compatible because of the fact that it's probably going to utilize the same technology, well, not technology, but the same way that Project Fi has been able to use T-Mobile and Sprint. They're going to incorporate that, because why wouldn't they? It's Sprint and T-Mobile, right? That's what I assume how they're going to do this. I could be wrong. They could keep Sprint, and T-Mobile, and keep them as 2 exactly separate entities. But I think that's not going to be beneficial for both side customers. I think T-Mobile customers are not going to benefit from that. Sprint customers are not going to benefit from that. A merger in that sense of being able to use either network, because the device will, proactively and intelligently switch between whichever holds the stronger signal. I think that is where they're going to go with it. Because they did mention that it was going to take years and years before the network is completely merged. And I get why. I've read articles on it. I understand the lingos. I understand the process they're laying out. And yeah, it would take years. It wouldn't just be something that would happen next year or the year after. It would take 5, 6, 7 years to actually complete that. But if they actually ran, if they actually had devices that ran exactly like the Pixel and the Nexus, that would alleviate that problem right now. Exactly right now. And that's what I think they're going to do. So, the expected time that they're going to announce this merger is sometime in October. But from what a lot of the sites are saying, it's not a rumor anymore. They're saying that they actually came to a deal. So some may argue and say it's monopoly. Hey, it's now or never basically for them. I know they've been wanting to do this for a long time. We've had Sprint T-Mobile talks for the last 3 years. And it's actually going to happen. So for those that use the prepaid companies, what does that exactly mean for you guys? Because I know that for postpaid Sprint and postpaid T-Mobile, my theory of them using or adopting the same type of system that Project Fi is using to use their networks, that's for postpaid. But what about prepaid? Are prepaid going to be the same? Is Boost Mobile going to be able to have phones that's going to utilize T-Mobile's network and Sprint's network? Is it going to do the same things? And for that, I don't think they would be in a hurry to do that with Boost Mobile and Metro PCS. I think they're going to focus more on postpaid and just basically do that for Sprint and T-Mobile customers, because that would also be a argument point to say, why be with our prepaid when you can sign up for our postpaid by leasing a phone on the Sprint Flex or doing some sort of installment billing type thing that T-Mobile offers, or the T-Mobile Jump. They're going to still want to push that, and that's how they're going to make their money. So I don't think they're going to really do that for the prepaid side. So if you're on Boost Mobile, you're going to stick to CDMA with LTE through GSM. And if you're on T-Mobile, you're GSM. So if if you're in an area that, Boost Mobile does better, if you're on Metro PCS or T-Mobile prepaid, don't expect to do better. Unless you probably buy one of their postpaid devices that can run exactly how like the Pixel and the Nexus 6P run, then you probably would be able to utilize it. But again, one thing that I find notoriously annoying about Sprint is that they love to really lock down Boost Mobile and what Boost Mobile can do. And the reason why they do that is because they know that Boost Mobile, theoretically, if you were to talk to someone about Boost Mobile and their offerings versus Sprint postpaid, Boost does seem the better option. Just saying. With Sprint, you're paying for the Unlimited Freedom plan. It's like $65 a month before taxes for the plan. And you get unlimited talk, text, data, and you get 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot to use. On Boost Mobile, you pay $50 flat rate, no taxes, and you get everything I mentioned with the Sprint postpaid. You get 8 gigabytes of mobile hotspot, which is 2 gigabytes less, but that's 2 gigabytes less. So you're basically stating that, $15 more gets you an additional 2 gigabytes compared to two plans. One has taxes, one doesn't. Which I'm pretty sure that once the merger of the companies are complete and they are in a full effect alliance, I know that John Ledger's probably going to do the one thing that Sprint customers have been wanting for the longest time, and that's to get rid of taxes on their bill, and they'll probably do the same thing with Sprint, and a lot of Sprint customers will love them for that. So anyways, that's pretty much it from my tech talk tonight. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. If you guys are interested in the Moto E4 Plus and my thoughts and opinions about it, well, just hang on, because in a couple of weeks I will have that device in my hand. And if you guys think it's good for T-Mobile and Sprint to be in an alliance and to merge, let me know. If you guys are against it, let me know why. But do understand, this merger is not Sprint taking T-Mobile. This is T-Mobile taking Sprint. So SoftBank is the minority holders in this case. Deutsche Telekom is the majority holders in this case. John Ledger most likely will be the CEO of both companies instead of just T-Mobile, and that's what's floating around. So I would really love to know your guys' thoughts about that. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, you guys can let me know by telling me what would you name the color of mashing yellow and pink together. Like, it could be whatever random funny ass name you guys want to put. Just let me know in the comment section of the video so I know you guys watched it all the way through. And name that mashed up yellow pink. What it would look like and what would you name the color. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, smash that like button. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes long? Wow, pretty long video. Alright, guys. I'm going to go to bed. You guys should too. I love you guys very much. Take it easy. Aloha. I'm Tito, and I'm out. And I'm out.